The defense in the Coligny murder case will file an application to have charges against Peter Doorwaard and Philip Skutter dismissed. They do not believe that the state has a strong case against the two men. They're being charged with the murder of 15-year-old Nicolene Smalman from Coligny in April last year. An eyewitness testified in the trial last week, alleging that he was kidnapped and assaulted by the duo after having seen Skutter throwing Musweu off a moving bakkie. The accused maintain that their innocence, saying that he jumped on their way to the police station after having been apprehended for stealing sunflower seeds. Well, joining us now for a little bit more on this story, we cross now to our reporter Nicolene Smalman, who attended today's proceedings. Thanks very much for joining us, Nicolene. Last week we saw some emotional testimony from one of the witnesses, the key eyewitness. What's happened in the case today? Who was in the dock and what did they say?
Good afternoon, Peter. Yes, today the proceedings resumed with a paramedic who took Matlomola to the Coligny Health Centre last year on that day. He took to the stand. His name is Itumeleng Ledikwa. He testified that he was based in Lichtenburg at the time when the call came through, and that it took them about 40 minutes to respond to activate the necessary or to put the necessary processes in place, get the ambulance and drive the 30 kilometers from Lichtenburg to Coligny, where they found a badly injured Matlomola lying on his stomach there on a gravel road. He started to examine Matlomola and found that he could assess that Matlomola had most likely sustained a skull fracture, and that he was bleeding quite profusely from the mouth and the nose. He stabilized Matlomola by placing him on a spine board, and also by securing head plates, or rather head blocks, as he called it, on the stand to Matlomola before he was loaded into the ambulance and taken to Coligny Health Centre, where a doctor later certified him dead.
Did they ask how this head injury was sustained? Could it have been from him falling, or was he struck? Was that something that was raised by the defence? And what was the story that the paramedic told?
Sorry, Peter, I could not hear the question. I was hearing music playing in the background. Could you please repeat that for me? I
was just saying that this head injury was so severe and significant. Was the paramedic asked how he thought this injury might have occurred? Because the story is that this young man fell off the bakkie when he was being taken to hospital. Did the defence try and corroborate the defence, the two accuseds' version?
Peter, I'm having trouble hearing you, but what I can gather is that you are trying to ascertain whether this witness was able to testify whether this injuries or whether this injury had claimed the life of Matlomola, or rather how it was sustained. He is not, and he indicated he is not certified to testify to that extent, whether Matlomola had been thrown from the vehicle or whether he had jumped.
All right, okay, we're going to leave it there, Nicolene. Firstly, you're struggling to hear us, but I'm sure that there's still a little bit more of this story to unfold. But the defence, they're saying that this case should be dismissed because the state has failed to prove its case. But there has been that compelling testimony from Pakisi last week where he witnessed and talked about what happened to him at the hands of the two accused. We're going to take a quick break and we'll have more for you.